Hey there, Sean PowerHA Guy Bodley here. I'm an IBM Power Champion and a Senior IT Consultant with Clear Technologies based out of Dallas, Texas. And in a joint partnership with the ITSO, I'm going to perform a demonstration of an offline migration from PowerHA version 7.13 to PowerHA 7.2.1. Now, first let me give an overview of the steps required to perform an offline migration. Just like the name implies, the cluster will be offline. This means there will be a production outage to perform this migration. By far, the most common migration method I expect to be used would be a non-disruptive upgrade or a rolling migration. However, in times of also needing to perform an AIX upgrade to support the version of HA you're migrating to, this may be a desired option to do all the nodes at once. So you stop the cluster on all nodes, upgrade AIX as if required, then you simply do an update all to the latest version of PowerHA, in this case 7.2.1, and then restart cluster services one node at a time. An overview of my demo cluster is that I have HA713SP5 with AIX 7.2 SP2 in a 2-node typical hot standby cluster configuration with a single service IP address and volume group. Just a couple of quick links. If you're watching this, you're probably already on my YouTube channel. There's my Twitter handle. And probably the most useful source of information is the PowerHA wiki that has links to all of these demos and of course a lot of technical documentation around the web. So let me switch over to my pre-recorded demo I have on performing an offline migration. So I've got 7.1.3.5, my cluster is stable on both nodes. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and stop the cluster. This will stop all nodes, bring the resource group offline. Wait a second. I understand what happened. So I've got my 7.1.3.5 cluster stable on all nodes, and now I'm going to simply stop the cluster. This will bring the resources offline. So cluster's down. Now all I need to do is go ahead and perform the upgrade to the latest and greatest. Be sure and tell it to accept license agreement. I usually do a preview to make sure I don't have any AIX level prereq failures. It's good here, so now I will turn off the preview and tell it to go ahead and install. And do the same thing for my primary node. Now, while these are installing, regardless of what method of upgrade or migration you choose, you should always make a cluster snapshot for safekeeping of your cluster, just in case anything goes wrong. You can easily recreate and restore the cluster. Alright, so this is moving along. Okay, I'm finished on Jordan, which is standby node. I can show you that there's 7.2.1 showing in the cluster manager. You can see that the HA level says 7.2.1 GA. Can now do the same thing on the primary node. So now all I need to do is simply restart the cluster. And even though I told it to start the cluster, of course this still starts one node at a time. In this case, Jessica will come up first and bring the resources online. while Jessica's coming up, I can show you that the CL version of 15 still corresponds to 713 of HA. So that number doesn't get updated until all nodes have been upgraded and the cluster stabilizes. So I'll show you the same thing on Jordan, but now you see that the version is changed to 17 because the last node has joined the cluster, so the upgrade is considered complete. So now it shows version 17 on both sides. So the cluster is up and running and stable, and that pretty much concludes the demonstration of an offline migration. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments section or send me an email at sbodley@cleartechnologies.net. And as always, thank you for watching.